If you've been to Buenos Aires, you've probably noticed a few things. One, that it is a beautiful city. There's a reason why they compare it to Europe is because it feels like a European city in the middle of Latin America, and there's really nowhere else in Latin America that I've seen, at least, that looks like it. So I love Buenos Aires. This is my third time here. I've been here for almost 3 days. It's my third time here. I have family there. And the first time I stayed here, it was for 6 weeks, and I lived in San Telmo, and I would walk Monday through Friday to school. I would walk all the way to Palermo, to my Spanish school in Palermo, because I wanted to learn how to write it. I've always known how to speak it, but I didn't know how to write it. And I walked. I could have easily taken the bus, but it is such a beautiful town that for me, just made more sense to walk. It also allowed me to practice my tango walk. Now, the other thing you've noticed is that there's so much meat and empanadas, right? Okay, I'm just gonna get right to it. I'm gonna talk about the dog poop. You've also noticed the dog poop, and it's been bothering me for years. Yes, Buenos Aires has given me expat vibes, but the deal breaker is the dog poop. I'll never forget the second time that I was here in Buenos Aires. I was living in San Telmo with my then boyfriend, now husband, and Trump became president, and we were living in Buenos Aires at the time, and I was just processing that. It wasn't until the next day when I finally broke down and started crying, and then I had to, at least there was my tango class, and I didn't want to be late, so I actually threw on my tango shoes because they were very rustic and old by then, and I decided to run there. It was just like 4 blocks away. But as I was running, I felt like I was skipping because I was trying to dodge all the dog poop. It is that bad. And it's been more than 10 years by now. And I thought that it would, no, has it been? No, it hasn't. It's been less than that, right? Maybe 8 years or less. But it's been a while, and the town has changed. The food has gotten a lot better. It's not just meat and the most boring salad ever. The food has gotten better, but the dog poop is still there. And so 3 minutes into this video, I'm finally going to tell you what the deal is with that. And here is the deal. For the porteños and Argentinians that live here, picking up after your dog is above them. That is why there is dog poop. It is too above them. I have family that's here. They're not actually Argentinian. They immigrated from Peru, and they don't have dogs because they don't want to pick up after them, and they don't want to be that person that doesn't pick up after the dog. And they told me that, and I tested this out when I saw somebody walking their dog and they didn't pick up. I'm like, hey, do you need like a bag? He said, no. I just walked away. So the dogs here are well behaved, at least so far. They're way more behaved than in Colombia. In Colombia, they're just not behaved at all. Another topic for another day, but in Colombia, the dogs are so misbehaved that I started disliking dogs. Then I go back to the States or here, and I'm like, actually, they're kind of cool. The thing is that the reason why they don't pick up after their dogs is because it's way too above them. So it's a cultural thing. It's not going to change anytime soon. The last time I was here, I did see signs around Palermo, around the parks, asking people to pick up after your dog, but nothing has changed. And it's upsetting because it's such a beautiful city. And to the Argentinian people, okay, I want to say something to you. You guys are really cool. You speak Spanish grammatically correct. I'm not going to make fun of your hush and shay this. You guys speak beautiful Spanish, okay? And you guys, I love how much you guys like books, and I love your town, and I've been to other places. I love Iguazu Falls, but it's kind of a joke for people to think that you guys are like the most European-like when you don't pick up after your dog. Because I've been around Europe, I've been there a couple of times, and they pick up after their dogs, okay? So as long as you have that mentality of not picking up after your dog because it's above you, you are not European, not even the slightest. No offense. I love everything else about you, even your empanadas and your steaks. God damn it, I had one of the best, thinnest steaks yesterday. That was perfectly rare for the way I want it. And then going home, I just can't help it. Oh my God. Can you please change that about you? It is not something that you want to be proud of, that you're too above to pick up your dog. Until then, I just think it's a joke for you Argentinians to compare yourselves to Europeans in any way if you don't pick up after your dogs. That's all.